Hello, this is Charles from Next Level Purchasing and Charles Purchasing Certification blog. And I'd like to welcome you to an experiment that I'm doing today. And this experiment relates to the sourcing challenges and problems coming out of China in recent months. It seems like all of us have heard about Chinese toys being recalled by the millions because of the presence of lead, unacceptably high levels of lead in the paint that's on those toys. And high levels of lead can cause serious health problems in children, and that's a major concern. Now, one of my favorite things to do as a child was to play with Hot Wheels cars, just like this one, made by Mattel. As a matter of fact, this is a toy that I played with as a child. It has a date underneath of 1970, and it also says made in Hong Kong, which, as I understand it, is part of China. Now, one thing that I've been curious about, since we've been hearing so much about lead paint and Chinese toys, is this a new issue? Is this a 2007 issue? Or is this something that's just been discovered in 2007 and has really been a pervasive problem for some time? So my experiment here is just to see whether this toy contains unacceptably high levels of lead. I'm using a home lead testing kit, and I'm rubbing this piece of fabric over this car. And according to the instructions, if the fabric turns pink to purple, the toy contains an unacceptably high level of lead. And I'm supposed to do this for about 2 minutes. And it's been about 2 minutes, so let's take a look. Now, I am looking at this strip, and I do not see any pink or purple tint to it. So despite the fact that this toy was made probably, nearly 40 years ago, it doesn't seem to have the lead paint problem that we're seeing today. And that's pretty interesting. I almost expected to see, this being a pervasive problem for some time. Now, I have a couple of small kids at home, and they too have plenty of toys made in the Far East. And I just thought it'd also be interesting to test today's toys. Now, this Hot Wheels car that belongs to my kids, it's stamped 2001, and it's not made in China. It's made in Thailand. So I wanted to see if maybe today's toys made out of Thailand had a similar problem to the ones made in China. So let me drop the 4 drops of water on our test strip, and we'll rub it on this car for about 2 minutes. I guess I should say that I am aware that I believe it's the U.S. Product Safety Commission has come out and said that not all home lead testing kits are accurate. That if they do show positive, you should send them on for further laboratory testing to determine whether there is truly an unacceptable level of lead content. So we will just test this toy made in Thailand. Is Thailand a better place to source? I don't know, and I don't think this experiment will necessarily prove that one way or the other, but we'll certainly find out. So, rub that on for a couple of minutes. And if any of you are interested, the test that I'm using is manufactured by ProLab. It's called the Lead Surface Do-It-Yourself Test Kit. It seems pretty easy to use. Just drop a couple of drops of water onto the strips and rub them. Now, it does seem that these are a little bit difficult to keep together, but I don't think it's going to affect the experiment at all. So, all right, we're closing in on the 2-minute mark. And let's see what the results of this are. And once again, I am not detecting any lead here. No pink or purple pigment to this. So the answer may be that the Chinese lead paint problem is a relatively new problem, and that might be good news. That might be good news that this could be just an isolated incident with all of these recalls, if you can call tens of millions of toys recalled an isolated incident. And the fact that lead paint is not showing up in toys made in Thailand also may mean that this problem is isolated, perhaps to China and perhaps to a limited time. So these tests really prove nothing conclusively, but hopefully they'll inspire some more of you to do some testing and see what conclusions we can draw about sourcing in China. So let's keep up to date on this. Be sure to check back to the purchasing certification blog at nextlevelpurchasing.com/blog, and I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to use the comments link. So this is Charles from Next Level Purchasing. Thanking you for tuning in.